check the cows, see how we're doing with them, or see how they're doing. Pretty sure it's about time to move them. We misjudged how much they needed last night whenever we moved them. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I like to move them around daylight. I come down to move them this morning, and they had way too much grass left. I think they're about ready to move. About what we like to have left on the after we get done grazing. I'm going to stop and grab the water tub, and we'll move them out to another pasture field that we haven't grazed yet this year. It's pretty tall. It's really wet and swampy out there, but it's dried up nicely now and we can get on it. I already have a garden hose set out there. The only thing we needed to do here is grab the tub and throw it in the back of the side-by-side. This here's gonna be should be an easy move, but sometimes this move here we can get some complications with. So we just have the gate hook on the end of this run, so we have to make a temporary gate, I guess you could call it. We do that way when we pull this fence back, the rest of the fence doesn't fall down and we get the animal on the wrong side of our alleyway there. We just pull this one ahead. Now after the cows are moved, probably not right away today, but maybe later this evening, I'll come back in, we'll pull all the fence, pull the garden hoses. That way we don't have that chore hanging over our head. That's probably one of the biggest problems that we have, is keeping the fences cleaned up behind us and rotating the livestock so much. This here's the first rotation for them today. And it's just because I misjudged how much forage that they actually needed. And it happens. Happens more often than what you may think. I'm gonna give Toby a command here. You watch how responsive he is when it comes to working livestock. Toby. This is the highlight of his day. Oh, we got one. Oh, we had one. We're gonna try and pick a fight with him. Now, since we're down here, we're gonna be moving the mules down. We're going to be moving the mules down here after a bit. We'll just open this gate here, that way it's done and we don't have to worry about it. Kind of, I guess they call it multitasking. Sometimes multitasking can be very difficult for a lot of us. So when we start multitasking, we forget things as we go. Toby's got the cows on up there quite a ways already. He does a really good job. I do tell everybody that Toby, he's got a handicap, and his handicap is his master, because I'm not officially a herd dog trainer and I don't know all the commands and whatnot, so it's a good thing he's smart enough and has enough instinct that he can get it figured out on his own. Got a cow up here, seems to want to try and pick a fight with him. We'll see if we can get that on video. Toby, away, away. Toby, Toby, down, down. Good boy, down. I don't know if we caught that on tape. There was a calf. There was a calf that slipped out of the fence. We normally don't make our alleyways hot, because if they get snapped going back out, they won't come back in with the herd as we're moving, and it can really cause some chaos or cause some major issues of trying to getting the cow herd moved and keep everybody together. Away. See, he's standing and he looks back at me every once in a while. You'll see him looking back. He's looking for his next command or what he should do. It's just amazing how smart these border collies are. He's just standing watching the herd, make sure nobody comes back. I don't know if you can see him in the high grass there, but we'll command him here now to come back. That'll do. Good boy. That's a good boy. Yes, you are. You're a good boy. That's what this dog lives to do. He has a lot of things that he enjoys doing, but working livestock is his favorite of all the stuff that he gets to do here on the farm with us. Well, I don't know. Catching mice is up there on the list too. He really enjoys catching mice, especially in the wintertime. We have a lot of field mice that are in our stockpile pasture fields. When we move the cattle into those stockpile pasture fields, the mice come out where they've been previously grazed, and it gives the border collies an opportunity to do a little hunting. Get an up-close look of my windbreaks that we use in the wintertime for shelter for the livestock. We'll cover that in a video when we get closer to whenever we need to use them. When we got done making hay, I decided, or I tried selling my hay wagons, but nobody seemed to want to give me anything for them. And I thought that they'd be better used if they were left here or left on the farm. So the wheels get turning sometimes. So we had 5 wagon gears here, and those wagon gears, we transformed them into portable windbreaks so we can keep the livestock out there through the winter. One of the things that keeps us successful to keep them out there. You can see the giant I-beams that we put on there for weight. Now where's my garden hose? Up, it's clear up there. Okay. We're gonna have to put a short hose on our water hose. The field we just moved the cows into, this is the first graze for this field because it's so stinking wet out here. It's really super wet, or it has been this spring. So that's why the grass is so high. We came halfway across the field and then we needed to move them to another location because I was going to be away and not able to get them in here and get a high enough stock density graze on it to get to dead vegetation trampled like I'd want it to. So we just moved them out, and you can hear some of the cows, they've lost their calves. A lot of times in a move, it's a little chaotic for the cows because they're wanting to get off and get to greener pastures, I guess you could say, and the calves get split off from the cows, so the cows you'll hear them bawling. You'll hear them bawling, and in the process of bawling, what they're doing is they're just calling for their babies. It's nice to have a 10 or 15 foot hose that you can just throw on the end of the hose that you have out, and you don't have to spool off 100. And I like to try and keep whenever I buy hoses, I like to buy 120 to up to 150 foot hoses. Let's see if we can find Scout. I heard the neighbor's dog barking, so maybe he went. Oh, he's laying here in the grass. So's Toby. Come on, guys, load up. Come on, Tobe. Come on, Scout. Load up. Good boy. Come on, hop up. That's a good boy. You're a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. Come on, Tobe. Tobe, come.